Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Today I have a brand new guest, Mohanji of Mohanji Foundation. Let's first welcome him and I'll tell you all about it. I'm sure you're going to watch this video till the very end. Here comes Mohanji. Mohanji, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So viewers, if you have not heard about Mohanji, let me just tell you what his goals are with Mohanji Foundation. And it can be captured in just 2 lines. For human beings, from selfishness to selflessness, from being humankind to kind humans. Sir, these are wonderful words that you have captured, the essence of the meaning of life. What are we humans on this earth for? This is exactly what it is, and you help us find it. Mohanji, I would like you to start this conversation of ours from where your journey began, because many of us may not be familiar with you. So talk to us a little bit from where it began, and I'll yield the floor to you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. The journey began with one question. I was working all my life in shipping business, and at one point in time, I started losing things. All those years, I was gaining things, and in 2000, I lost my daughter in a road accident. She was 4.5 years old, and that actually shook me. I mean, it tilted me completely. And the question came: what is life? What is life for? And what are we doing here? All those kind of existentialistic questions. And one of the things which I realized at that point in time is the impermanence of the nature of life. So I started exploring what exactly is life, what is life, what are we doing here, all those things. And then I started visiting Himalayas. A long story short, the whole equation changed. My priority changed. I started looking at life differently. And then various experiences happened, and it kind of transformed me and eclipsed the whole thing at which I was earlier. Not deliberately, it spontaneously, organically, it changed. And another point in time, my whole outlook changed. My reason for existence changed. All those things changed. So it was not just the death of my daughter. I had a divorce, I separated, and then I also lost all my savings. I lost my belongings. Everything was lost at some point in time, over a period of time. And that brought me back. It was like a rebirth for me. And then my presence started bringing people to me. That is how it started growing. I didn't do any canvassing. I was not interested in propagating something. But it so happened that people started coming to me, and some meditations I started conducting. Like that, it evolved. Now we are in 6 continents. We have centers or places in 12 countries. We have activities in many more countries. As you rightly said, the effort is to change the collective consciousness of people, because we are more in a, I mean, it's a mixture of people now, the variety of people. We can see a heavy unconscious things where people consider themselves as the body. They think they are the body, very unconscious existence. And then some people consider that they have a body and soul. So this is again a level of awakening. And some people realize that it's the energy that runs the body. That's the real thing. And these are the conscious people. So we have all these mixtures in the world. And it's an interesting mixture. So my job is basically to guide people to themselves. And we all have that instinctual message or guidance from within who you are. But sometimes we forget. So that's the kind of thing which I'm doing in the world now.
Thank you so much, Mohanji. And I'd like to bring our viewers into this. The first time we spoke, Mohanji and I was talking to him about the magical world of Nagas. And then he related an experience with Nagas. And I think it bears repeating here. Mohanji, talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, I always had this firm conviction about Nagaloka. Not that I had any particular experience at that point in time, but I always believed, like, if you look at Kerala, 1/8 of the land was offered to Nagas by Parashurama. 1/8 means a dwelling in every house or every household. But it was all destroyed, and I believe that imbalance is visible. And one experience I had, I was at the ashram of 𝗤𝗏𝗏 in Andhra Pradesh. This is close to Krishna River. And just outside the ashram, there was a place, it's like under a tree with a lot of ant hills. And it was pretty much cordoned off, but it was open. So people threw empty bottles and stuff inside. So I told somebody, please clean it all up. This is a portal to Nagaloka. That was an intuition for me. I didn't know clearly. Please clean it up. And I also said, can we create something to protect this place? Some kind of a wall or a net or something where we can protect this place, and I will pay for it. Then across the river is Kuruvapuram, where the Nirguna Padukas of the invisible foot of 𝗟𝗏𝗏 𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏, the first avatar of Lord Dattatreya, is placed and worshipped. So I went there. While I was coming back in the boat, a golden snake, it actually came in the picture. I couldn't find the picture now, but it's somewhere there. A snake came out of water just about 20 feet away from the boat, and it stood there as if blessing. It's not a big snake, it's like a small one, but it came out of the water and it kind of stood there and then went away. So I felt that they are happy with what I have said, or they spoke through me. And then there are so many incidences, minor, major incidences, where people have narrated to me, and I have experienced also, connected to the Naga world. This world it's another world. I mean, it's like every world is connected to some frequency. So Nagaloka is also connected to a frequency. And those people, there are very evolved beings, and they are interacting with our world. And they have, like Patanjali is a Naga. So because most of the pictures you see, his lower part of the body is in coils. So they have imparted a lot of knowledge to us, but we have been grossly thankless. That's our nature. We forget the good things that have come to us, and we choose the negative always. So they have been very kind to us. They have imparted knowledge. They have coexisted with us, and they are not in the form of snakes originally, but they assume the form of snakes only as a self-protection, because if they go to any loka in the neighborhood, they assume the form of the most ferocious or most unacceptable or beings which people are careful about. They assume that form so that they are there's a protection for them. And their interaction with human beings have been always connected to the well-being. So the family, children, all those things. And even now, people who go to who do not have children, they worship the snake gods preferably, and that all automatically helps them. The constitution gets changed. Even now, there are experiences. So we have a great deep interaction with them.
Mohanji, you and I have some sort of a teleconnect, I think. You know why? Because I've done 3 parts to my magical world of Nagas. The 4th one was about Mandara Sala or Mannara Sala. This is a temple for Nagas. Nagaraja resides there. This is about, I think, 60 to 80 kilometers from Alapura. I have done the whole thing. I recorded the whole thing. Then when we are trying to edit it, we found that my mic turned off about 3 minutes into my recording. It's about 10 minutes long. So I have to re-record it. But when you mentioned this, I said, my goodness, somebody's gently telling me, listen, I need to listen to this story too. Viewers, we are going to be releasing that very soon. I just have to re-record it. I've been running hard lately, but I promise you there is going to be a few more episodes of the magical world of Nagas. Mohanji, let's get back to Mohanji Foundation.
1 week ago, there was a small video of the mother. There it's all, the priest is always the elderly mother. So the mother had completed the worship puja, and she was coming out, and a snake came all the way, stood in front of her and left. This was in the video. This happened recently.
Wow. I'll look it up, sir. I'm sure I'll find it on YouTube. I'm going to be trying to put.
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll send you.
Mohanji, you know, what you are saying today, this is not new. If you listen to Bhagavad Gita, for example, chapter 6, verse 5. I mean, where Krishna tells Arjuna a few things. If with your permission, I'd just like to recite it and then the meaning, and then you can expand on it, because it sort of forms the foundation of what you're doing at Mohanji. That's what I felt. And please correct me if I'm wrong. So with your permission, I'd just like to recite that shloka,
Please.
and then the meaning in English, and then we can continue this one.
Yeah.
So Bhagavad Gita, verse 5, chapter 6. 𝗟𝗡𝗏 आत्मानां न आत्मानं अवसादयेत् आत्मा एव हि आत्मानः बन्धुः आत्मा एव रिपुः आत्मानः. What it means is, the Lord of Atma, uplift yourself by yourself. Do not deprecate yourself, for only you are your friend and only you are your enemy. So this is very, very profound when Bhagavan Krishna says this. How do you see this thing? Because it sort of tells me that you draw your inspiration from Mohanji Foundation from this very verse, sir. Over to you.
Yeah, this is 100% true. Like Krishna has set the trend for Kali Yuga. When he exited, Kali Yuga started. And if you look at Krishna, whatever he collected or whatever he made, everything was destroyed and he left. Even the beautiful Dwaraka went underwater.
Yes.
So when the unconscious era Kali Yuga starts, none of these things are valid. What was even Dwapara Yuga, which was of a certain frequency, and even that is not valid in Kali Yuga, because what will people do with that? Because this is a time of unconsciousness, and people are kind of greedy, conquering, capturing, torturing, that level. So this is one of the things. And essentially, it's always us. We are born alone, we die alone, and our upliftment is only through us. And how we are, where we park our mind, that we become. That's what the story of Hanumanji also. All he did was park his mind at Ram's feet, knowing fully well who is Ram. That's it. And he attained 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗍𝗏 and 𝗏𝗍𝗐𝗔. He became supremely powerful. He became a deity. He became Chiranjeevi. So our existence depends on where we park our mind. Usually we park our mind on confusion, various things of life, and we get the same result. But if we park our mind in clarity, purposefulness, and also where you want to go, means your goal, exact clear goal, not selfish goals, what you want to do in the world. If that is the case, then the nature will guide you, destiny will lead you. So this is for sure. One of the things which inspires me from Krishna itself is that he told Bhishma when he was lying in the bed of arrows. Bhishma said, ask Krishna, what brought me to this destiny, where I am lying on the bed of arrows, looking at the sky, and it's hot, warm, hot. And he was waiting for Uttarayan to happen to exit the body. So why did I go through this particular suffering? So he said, I went to 100 lifetimes. I did not see anything. I did not do any harm to anybody. I only did good things. And I always preserved dharma in my existence. But why did this happen? Then Krishna said, you should have gone further. Then he said, when you were a prince, you were going hunting, and a snake crossed your path. You were on horseback. So with your spear, you flicked it. The snake flew and fell on a bed of thorns, and it died a miserable death. So now this is compensated. Then he said, then why it took more than 100 lifetimes? Then he said, exactly what you said. You did dharma. You preserved dharma, did great things. So there was no way this particular incident or this particular karma could have come to you. The ozone layer created by your good work protected you. Then he asked, then why in this life? Then he said, because you supported adharma. He said, no, I did not support any adharma. I have always preserved dharma. I stood by dharma, righteousness. I have never been unrighteous. Then Krishna said, remember, when disrobing was happening to Panchali, you were in the same court. You didn't open your mouth because you were obligated to Duryodhana. So you kept quiet. when adharma takes place, those who perform adharma, those who support those who perform adharma, and those who watch and do nothing are all equal. All are adharmis, means unrighteous. So he understood that point. I always remember this. If you perform unrighteousness, if you support those who perform unrighteousness, and if you keep quiet while unrighteousness takes place, I'm not doing my job. So Krishna actually set a practical trend or practical roadmap for Kali Yuga. His presence and his contribution is amazing, incredible.
Yes, indeed. And just before we conclude this conversation, viewers, we are going to have Mohanji regularly, whenever his time permits, and I'm going to be bugging him, and we are going to have such conversations. Mohanji, one question. Somebody is in confusion, and how does one take oneself out of this field of confusion into a field of clarity? Are there some simple things some of us can go? Because this is something that it's hitting us day in and day out these days.
Yes. There are very simple methods. One method is self-connection. Confusion is our relation with something outside. Usually it is triggered by something outside. But the moment you connect to yourself, I'm not talking about meditation, I'm not talking about any particular practice. It is just feeling. Feel ourselves, be with ourselves, feel ourselves, connect to ourselves, and just be there. I used to connect to my spine. That was my practice. Because we don't really concentrate on our spine, because we are frontal lobe oriented, mostly going outside. So we don't really connect to the spine. But the moment you start feeling your spine while walking, while doing things, just remember your spine, automatically our awareness shifts, dimensions change. So if you are feeling too confused, take yourself out a little bit and feel your spine, be with your spine. And eventually it'll be like you're witnessing all these things. The moment you become in a witness mode, then the whole confusion changes. Clarity will come. When your outlook changes or your attitude changes, because you are being a witness, clarity is automatic. You don't have to take any steps for clarity. Clarity comes. And clarity is part of your existence. One level of clarity I can easily tell you. What comes to you is part of your destiny. What you chase is your imagination. This, if you understood, it's very easy. Every day something comes to you, different things. Destiny throws things at you all the time. And if you are able to accept them, okay, this has come now, let me handle this. And by the time this is gone, destiny brings things, takes things. So there is no thing called permanent present. Present, as we speak, it's already past. So we are always focused on the present, accepting things as it comes, and we only handle that. There'll be no confusion. When we chase things, oh, I want this, I want that, so many different things, then we will always be confused. Plus, it also demands a particular positioning to get that thing which you think you will get. Here, when you're handling your things which has come to you with the awareness, there is no need for any particular positioning. You are already you are. Nothing more to do.
Thank you so much, sir. And viewers, please visit mohanji.org. Mohanji could be in your town. In fact, very close to where you live. And there are many ways in which you can interact. So do look at the website and you can find out a lot of information, because I don't want to say something here to confuse you. Just now we had a talk about confusion and clarity. So let me just be very clear. Go to mohanji.org and you can get all the information you need. Mohanji, it was wonderful talking to you. And it's such a, it's a feeling that I can't describe in words. I hope my viewers, there are many of you, please, by way of comments, do write to us, because what we are trying to do is to try and make you be you. That's the other one that Mohanji says, be you. Whatever you are, we will help you, or Mohanji is helping you find that be you. Who are you within yourself? So thank you so much, sir. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you again and talking to you. Namaskar.
And I welcome all of you to Kumbh Mela. Yeah, it's starting on 12th of January till 26th of February. We'll be there. There is Mohanji village there, but welcome, because that's the Mahakumbh this year. So
thank you so much, sir. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Wish you all the best.